back to Patty Perfect. It is me, Darren Monroe. And guess what today is? Today is Carnival. Yes, Miami Carnival is today. So we are doing Carnival makeup. So I'm using, like, I have the true story, been practicing all week just to make sure I perfect this look and I get it right and my colors pop and everything like that. So I've been trying different methods and different techniques, and I think I finally got it. So we are using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics, and then I have some lovely face jewels to add to the mix. The difference about today is, well, I got some wonderful products to use. We're going to do an ombre lip. We're going to add some highlights and things of that nature. We're going to fill in these brows. But the difference about today is Carnival is basically an all-day experience, and you're out there and you're dancing, you're having a good time, you're sweating like a maniac. It's the hot sun. Like, it's not a covered area. You're out in life, like, just getting it in and having a wonderful time at that. But you're outside all day, and I mean like all day, like a good 12 hours you're outside in the sun. So I am only going to be doing eyes. I am not doing a full face because I don't want to have to stop and make sure my makeup is together. I just don't want to do it, to be completely honest with you. Yes, I want to look good, but I want to have fun even more. So I'm going with this lovely skin tone that I was blessed with in its wonderful state. As you can see, I am just about done with all the blemishes and everything like that. I have been drinking a lot of water. I've been paying more attention to what I'm eating. So my skin has definitely cleared up and the dark spots are definitely going away. But I'm not putting foundation on. I may add a little concealer under this, and I mean like a little concealer under my eye area once I get everything going, because you know the shadows do make it look darker than what it is, because you see it's not that dark, because I have been getting sleep that I need, so that definitely works for me. But I'm not doing it. I'm not, because like I said, I don't want to have to worry about the shine that's gonna come through. Yes, I use setting spray, and I use setting powders and all that wonderful stuff. But when you are sweating like a maniac and you're in the blazing sun for 12 hours, please. Like, I'm not even gonna play myself to believe that a shine is not gonna come through, so I don't want to carry any extra products to make sure that my makeup is in place while I'm out there doing one of these. No, I don't want to. So let's get going. Let's get this process going. What I am going to do though is properly start. So I got my micellar water. Well, I got my cotton ball so I can get my micellar water going. Because granted, I did wash my face, but I do want to, you know, still take care of my face. So I am going to do some prep work. Like, that has not changed. I still want my skin to be nice and hydrated and amazing and moisturized and all that wonderful stuff. Like, I washed my face. I know last time I was able to do a mask before, but I gotta get ready and there's things to do, so I'm gonna turn to a mask this time around. Sorry. I just sorry. Yes, my lovelies. Okay. So that's done. Now, normally I use some eyeshadow potion, but what I've realized, because like I said, I've been prepping all week to make sure I get this completely right. For the colors that I'm using, now granted, I don't know if it's the colors or the palette or whatever it is, like the combination, getting all scientific behind it or whatever. I noticed that the colors don't pop as much when I use regular eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to be the concealer route. And I'm using concealer because it's whiter. So it's going to give me a whiter base. Whiter base, that's what I'm saying. So, to be honest, I went with because I'm using light bright colors. So I want to make sure that they're popping, right? So I need it to, like, I'm using oranges and yellows and pinks and things like that. So I need it to be on a lighter background, a base, right? So I was originally, you know, using my normal regular amount that seemed to work with every other color, every other palette. But then when I got to these super bright palettes, these super bright colors, everything like went to hell. Basically, it's how I feel. Everything just went to hell. So, and that's what I mean by using a little bit of concealer. I know it does look kind of weird and strange, but that is what I mean about using a little bit of concealer to get that under eye going. And you see the difference, right? Like the shadow is being created as we get our eye together. So I just want to get rid of that shadow. Bam, that's it. Alright, back to the colors. So I was using the regular amount that I normally use, you know, I show you on my fingertip, and it wasn't working. I'm guessing because the colors were so bright, like I said, they needed a whiter base. So I decided to use more to get the base a little whiter. That wasn't necessarily working either. Alright, I told you, I put some work into this, because I want to make sure I look amazing. So, the next best step is to go with concealer. And honestly speaking, it worked out perfectly. So with the concealer, and I'm dabbing and rubbing. So like I start out rubbing and then I just dab it just to make sure I'm getting everything. So no stone is left unturned. And I know I look super crazy right now, but in a minute it'll all come together and you'll be like, ah, I see what she was doing. Yeah, I'm just going right under my eye to make sure I'm completely burned out, basically. So, like I said, I'm using yellow, orange, and pink. Yellow and orange will come from the palette. Let's get a little tutorial going. So I'm using this yellow here, which is a bright yellow, and then this yellow here, which is a tad bit darker. I did like the combination of the two yellows. And then I'm gonna hit it with this pretty bright orange here. And for the pink, which after, you know, much work it took learning that the NYX lid lingerie in like kind of, no, it's not the metallics, but the lid lingerie in the original formula that came out, which is like a glitter, works best with this. So I did try to use the pink in the palette. It wasn't coming through like I needed it to come through. So I went to NYX and I found a perfect combination. So like I said, we're using the two yellows. So I'm using the brighter yellow first, and then I'm putting the darker yellow on top of it, and I like mix the two. So what I do first is I just dab the yellow on, and I'm putting the yellow at the top, and I dab it on. I'm putting it on my upper lid. I just dab it on. And then I put a little more and I start to sweep. Now I dab it because, as you know, if you've ever used concealer as an eyeshadow base, or you know, use concealer period, it does have some wetness to it. So I dab it to make sure that I'm not moving the concealer around when I start in my sweeping motion. Okay, so now that I have that like bright base, I'm going in with the darker yellow color. Sweeping it, sweeping it. Now honestly, this yellow process does take a minute. But I just think it's because of how bright I want the yellow. I think I really want the yellow to be able to stand on its own. And make its claim. So I'm still using the darker color yellow. There we go. Oh, another thing. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other. I'm going back to the brighter yellow, and I'm dabbing this. I don't know if it's just me, maybe it's just my brushes, but I did notice that the yellow and the orange color, they stain your brushes. You know, this is a heads up. And so I dab it in, and that's because I don't want to smudge or move the eyeshadow. I mean, forgive me, the concealer. Like, I don't want to make streaks and lines, so I just dab like a coat in, and then I go in with the darker color, and bam. Alright, so my yellow is popping blue. It is all the way popping. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna put that to the side for just a little minute. And then we're gonna do an orange. Now, orange, I want the same sweeping motion. I'm looking for a brush, I'm sorry. But the wonderful thing about the orange, and I like this, this orange that we're using, is because that bad boy is like boom, pop. Yes, so I'm going right in my crease with the orange. See what I'm saying? That bad boy ain't playing no games. No games. Now, I did use a pink color to do this before. It came out very nice. But the pink, and I used this pink. Maybe I should have, well, I'm sorry, I used this pink. Forgive me. Maybe I should have used this pink, because the pink came off very subtle and truthfully wound up looking like orange on top of the yellow. Don't know what that was about, but those were the results. Like in the crease as opposed to orange. So I could have like versions of pink going on. But it's horrible. Like, yes, I am an being kind of obsessive or extra, but I just really want all my colors to come together ever so nicely. So there we go with that one. Okay, I like it. I like it. I really like it. Yeah, I like it. There we go. Now, put that one to the side. And like I said, for the lid, we are using NYX Liquid Lingerie. This color is called Whimsy. It's number 7, Whimsy. So what we're doing with Whimsy, and I'm actually just going to get my handy dandy mirror just to help me out a little bit, is I'm putting Whimsy right on the lid and sort of kind of in a way doing something reminiscent to a cut crease. So you can see. Now to achieve this, I am using just the shape of my eye to give it the motion. Now, if you are anything like me, you have hooded eyes. You have to go just a tad bit higher, so this way, when you close your eyes, it's not leaving a mark on anywhere you don't want it to leave a mark. So you want, see, so I'll open my eye, close it, and I still have my motion. Now, honestly, you do have to put more than one layer. But the key about it is making sure it dries. So, I'm just going in to help accentuate the lines. Sorry for the noise. And to help blend the colors. Alright, so I've done this eye to my liking, and then I'm going to go to the second eye. And then once this side dries, I'll put another layer on to really make my color pop. So I'm just using my mirror, getting it right on my lash line. Getting right in the corner. And using the shape of my eye to give me what I want. So, like I said, it's reminiscent of a cut crease, but we're not doing all the extra with the concealer that it gives you what you want. Alright, so now when I go back over and go back in, I'm just basically making sure the color pops. So I can go back on the first eye. See how it changes the color? And that's exactly what we're looking for. Bam. And y'all know I have like, I call them baggy eyes because it just seems like there's mad skin everywhere and it's mad annoying. But see how that pink nicely pops? That's what I'm talking about, boo. That's what I'm talking about, boo. That's what I'm talking about, boo. Ew. Alright, so now it's time to add some mascara, and you know I love my Avon mascara. I know I need to go put another order in because I don't want to be without it. Granted, I do have other eyeshadows, but I mean mascaras, but somebody like me who doesn't have a whole bunch of lash to start with, this really comes through. It's the formula and it's the brush. Oh, I just love it both. So to do my mascara, I'm putting my mirror down like this, so this way I don't get any mascara and anything I have already done, because I'm looking down, which keeps the mascara from hitting all over your face. I know a young lady at Ulta once told me that you can put like a business card like on your eye, so this way you don't get mascara that way. But I just felt like I would completely fail at that. But I'm just putting it out there just in case somebody else wants to give it a try. Now I am using the mascara more so for the underlining effect, to get that good black on the bottom. I don't want to add a whole bunch of liner to this look because I don't want the liner taking away from everything else. So I will add liner, but it'll be just enough to go over my lashes when I put them on. Nothing really crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit my lash line with them. Yeah, even though I don't like wear my lashes out, so to speak, I like to make sure they're nicely spread. Alright, so I am going to, like I said, I'm going to put just a tad bit of liner, but that's just to even out what's going on already. Crazy at all. See, that's it. Real simple, real basic, nothing special. Like I said, I don't want it taking away from everything that we have going on already. Alrighty. So now it's time for lashes. And I have some basic lashes, some basic mink lashes that I got. Nothing too wild and crazy, just a little bit drama fused. That I'm going to be using. And I have my lash tweezers. Now you want to watch how you take your lashes off, because you don't want to knock the shape out, like the rounded shape that it already has. So what I do after I take them off is I just create them in a circle. I don't know if you can tell. In a circle, just like that. And I do that just by holding, bringing the ends in and holding it, so I can further make this shape a little bit more permanent. So what I'm gonna do is take my lash tweezers and just measure out the lash to see if and where I need to cut, being as this is the first time I'm using them. When you get fancy with your lashes, you can use them more than once. So, as you can see, I just need to snip a little off the back there. This way it just fits a tad bit more comfortably on my eye. And I'm taking off just a smidge. Nothing crazy. I have small eyes, so it's nothing crazy, nothing wild. That's all I took off. I'm gonna look at it. That's it. That little bit is what I took off. And granted, you're like, chick, it's so small, what does it matter? Actually, it matters a lot. Like, it sits more comfortably on your eye when it fits your eye. So it matters a lot. I have these wonderful lashes. We're going to add some glue. I have my handy dandy glue. That looks a complete and total hot mess, so do not make fun of me. But it works perfectly because it doesn't take long to dry, and it sticks like nobody's business. Like, I really believe that I could wear lashes for like 2 days if I did. Granted, that would also mean that I couldn't shower for 2 days, because once you get your lashes wet, that's basically the end of them. Very honestly speaking, like, once you get your lashes wet, that's the end of them. Like, there's no coming back from that, to be honest. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could come back from it, but it's gonna take some effort. Okay, so here we go, we're putting on the lashes, and I put on my lashes the same way I put on my mascara. Looking down. Oh shoot. So I have a terrible habit of blinking. So what I'll do is I'll secure it in like 2, maybe 3 places, and then I know some blinking's coming, so I move my hand. Now, in the past, it's fabulous, I didn't realize this. So what I was doing was knocking my eyelash. Alright, I just want to like secure it. It's a lot of eyelash. I just want to try this one. We're putting on the second one. And I'm just going to, like, here's the second lash. I'm just going to make the same small cut that I did with the first. And just cutting off the ends. Be small. And knock everything over clearly. Alright, and we're going to add, couldn't find my tweezers. And add some glue. Just a small amount. My glue needs to be cleaned so bad. Just like the outer part of it. It's pretty rough. I can tell. Promise. Scouts on it. I think I actually could use some acetone to take care of that. See that? That's fabulous. And I don't have too much liner going on, which is basically my favorite part about it as well. Okay, I don't know why at the last minute I go, it's like it keeps on getting hooked on some things. Let me try another. My other lash tracer. No. Let me just try it with my fingers before the glue completely dries. There we go. And I'm just securing it in place. Okay, my lashes are all the way set and ready to go. I'm very happy with them. Now, what we are going to do, I'm just double securing, especially with this one. See what I mean about hands in the eyes? My eyes start to blink. Alright, we're done. Alright, so like I said, I'm not doing a whole lot in this area. I am not adding foundation, but I got some things going on that I need to clear up. So we can do one of two things. We can just go ahead and blot it out, make everything nice and wonderful up in here. And then what we can do is go behind it with some BB cream. I have some BB cream, Maybelline Dream BB cream in 140, which is a deep sheer tint, and just do like touch-ups. So that's what we're gonna do first. Just blot everything out. Because I'm just trying And then to get right in the eye, which I have to make sure not to mess up my eyelash. And then lastly, I actually can take a little smaller brush and just get the area going. There we go. So normally we get straight cut lines going here. I want to accentuate the colors that we have going on, so I'm going to kind of smudge it out, so to speak. So I'm taking my yellow, putting it in the darker yellow color that I use, and I'm just going around the area. And then I'm going to take my orange and just go in it one more again as well, smudging around the outside. I'm not doing anything too heavy at all. Like, I'm not trying to create some real colors, so to speak. But I'm just basically blending it out in a way. And then I'm doing the same with the orange. Shifted it when I was touching up the eye. Alright. Now for underneath, down in this area, what we're going to do is smudge a little purple. So I'm taking this smudger, I'm dipping it in this purple here. I don't want anything too crazy. I'm gonna add a little bit of color. Nothing too wild. See? What's that? Nothing too wild. Just a little bit of color. Now, so we gotta tighten up these eyebrows. And I'm just filling in the front. There we go. And then I'll take my brush and just comb it out. Because what it does is it like smudges it. So to make sure if there's a so there we go with that. Now it's time to highlight. My highlight I'm keeping in like the pink area, so I'm using my Makeup Revolution Triple Baked Goddess of Love. And I like to do it with a lip pencil just because it gives me more control over the area that I'm putting it in, which works out exceptionally when I'm doing. Now what I'm starting is in this area of my eye and just working my way out. Girl, you know, highlight this on her. Okay. And then I think it down the side. Yes. And I will also highlight the nose. Oh yes. Oh yes, baby, yes. And I am going to Alright, because I can highlight this, to be honest. We are going to ombre our lips. And to do that, I'm going to start with the darker blue. So these are both liquid suedes from NYX, which I completely, totally, absolutely love the liquid suede. The darker color is called Disruptive, and the lighter color is called Little Denim Dress. I'm going to start with the darker color. And I'm going to line my lips, and then I'm going to go in with a lighter color, really strong. So. Now the two colors will become one. So yes, it does look wild and crazy and starting to check what is really going on with your lips. But now we are going to put the lighter color in. And I'm just dabbing it in, because I want them to marry on their own. So I dab it in the areas that I want it to go in. And then I do this smushing motion. I'm gonna use my fingers to light it. Now, you see how that came together? But I want the blue, the lighter color, to really get a chance to do this thing. Because I'm using the darker color kind of just as a liner. So. There we go. I like my eyes. So now it's time to add, some face jewelry. So we put some under here, which is another reason why I didn't want to do a whole bunch of makeup, because I want to make sure that the face jewels actually stick. So we put one under here, one under here, and then one in the forehead area. So move my bun back. This is just a holder bun for right now. I'm not bunning it up. Okay. And let's add some face jewelry. Here we go. Alright, so the under eye. And then my crown. Every queen deserves a crown. I'm going to start in the middle. And work my way out. Oh my gosh, I'm beautiful. What? Okay, so I'm gonna give it a look-see, and I'm gonna do last minute highlights before we call it a day. So for the last time, I'm gonna go in with a little yellow. I am going to add just a tad bit more of the pink, making sure not to get any on my eyelashes. This is what makes this like so dangerous. I'm checking my lashes. What I'm going to do is use my liquid liner, which is another worrisome piece, and I'm going to draw a line right above. My lash. I always do this one last because I don't want to mess up the glue, truthfully. And it's just one simple line just like that. I'm going to add a little bit of purple on the bottom. There we go. All my highlights are on point. Woo! Securing my jewels. And I thank you guys for joining me as I got ready for Carnival today. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I gotta go put on my costume. I will see you guys later. Bye.